Hello everybody, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today's reading is a pick a card reading on what it is that they think you're feeling toward them. We're also going to get into a little bit of how they think you see them, as well as how this makes them feel. So I have 5 piles for you to choose from today. Pile 1, Pile 2, Pile 3, Pile 4, and Pile 5. Go ahead and pause this video. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi, Pile 1. So today we are looking into how is it that your person thinks that you're feeling currently. So this card here, we're going to save until later. That card's going to represent how they think you see them. But currently, so far, we have service, death, and full moon. Pile 1, currently your person is under the impression that you're feeling as though it's too little too late. You're feeling as though perhaps this connection has reached as far as it can possibly go. You've reached stagnancy. There's no more to give to this connection. There's no more that you're going to be receiving from this connection. There's an element here of them believing that you are just kind of throwing your hands up in the air and calling it quits. I think that they're really under the impression that you feel as though you've put more into this connection than you have gotten out, and it really hasn't given you what it is that you thought that it would. The full moon is all about harvest and reaping what you sow, things being birthed. But then we have such conflicting energy from something being birthed and with death here. It feels, and as I say this, the candle goes out. It feels like they don't think that you are going to be putting any more energy towards this. Perhaps you've done some sort of cord cutting ritual of some kind. They don't really feel as though you are feeling attached to them as perhaps you did in the past. And then in terms of how they think you see them, we have the whale. And what I think is interesting about the whale is that the whale, when in balance, is a creature that really dives deeply into their emotional nature, is very communicative, and is very vulnerable. Just has a lot of depth to them. But when it's out of balance, the whale is a creature that kind of relives the same story or falls back into old patterns, is unable to get out of those patterns. And based on how they think that you are currently feeling, it wouldn't make very much sense for them to genuinely believe that you see them as somebody who really wants to dive deep. Perhaps they're thinking that you're seeing them as someone who had a lot of potential, to go into those emotional depths, yet never did. But there's an element here of them kind of like holding back or just constantly repeating the same patterns or mistakes. And today, actually, I was watching a TikTok, and it was talking about how other people's potential, the potential that you see in other people, really doesn't exist. What we're seeing when we see someone else's potential is the opportunities that we would take if we were in their shoes, which I think is really empowering when you think of it that way, especially if you think about your own potential. But I thought it was interesting, and now that I'm talking about potential, it came to my mind. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them view you as somebody who is letting go of them. Let's go ahead and look into how they feel about this. How does this make them feel? Them thinking that you are moving on. How does this make them feel? Okay. We have the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Obviously, this person's worried sick. This person is worried that they may have crossed a line, or it genuinely is too little too late. It's something that they're very worried about. They're very worried that they are about to lose you. We have the Six of Cups. And with the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, they have this really strong desire to try to make it right, but they're not really sure whether or not they're going to be received well. If you are in no contact with this person, this is indicative of them returning. But they feel sorry. The Six of Cups is also a card of apologies. And knights just in general are typically people who come forward with offers or messages of some kind. And I do feel like this person, based on how they think you're feeling, how they think you're viewing them, it's keeping them up at night, and they're very remorseful. They're worried that they've gone too far, or they've really let you down, or they're going to lose you. Okay, we also have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. With the Ace of Wands coming out right underneath the Nine of Swords, this is them feeling inspired. They feel like they have to take action. They feel like they have to do something to kind of salvage this connection in some sort of way. And then we have the Ten of Swords. They're genuinely worried. They're very concerned that this might actually be over. Like there really isn't anything that they can do. They're going to try. I see a lot here indicating that they're going to try, but there's a little voice within them that's telling them that they've messed up. They've messed up too far. And we have the Seven of Cups. This person's confused. They feel confused. They feel, what I would say is that they feel oh my God, I just had it in my head and it just completely slipped. Give me just a second. I'm so sorry. My little ADHD brain. I would say that for some of you, I think that they're apologetic or they're remorseful over the fact that perhaps they chose something or someone else over you, or maybe they didn't make a decision at all. Maybe they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. And there's an element of remorse about that. But that'll only resonate for some of you. But the biggest message that I'm getting with the Six of Cups and then the Seven of Cups is that they don't know what exactly it would take to salvage this. They know that they've messed up, but it's like they don't have the capacity to wrap their head around how to fix it. And I think that part of it has to do with the fact that they have not dived deep within their own emotional heart space. They're having a really difficult time right now trying to come up with a plan that they think would be successful. How are they currently feeling? I would also say that they feel lost. This person feels lost. They're concerned that you've perhaps moved on to someone else. And then we have the Five of Swords. Yeah. With the Five of Swords clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, I think that they're viewing you currently as this Queen of Pentacles. They're viewing you as somebody who is really grounded, who has kind of like, who's grounded themselves. Perhaps in the past you were much more emotionally involved in this or emotionally driven in this connection, and we're kind of being jerked around, and it's like you've grown really, really solid, strong, deep roots into the earth, and you can no longer be swayed. You're putting yourself first, and they're seeing that, but it's concerning them. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Yes, more logic. I feel like they're viewing you as somebody who can no longer be manipulated emotionally, or who no longer is making choices based on emotion. You are, and with the Queen of Swords, I really am getting the sense that you've severed a cord of some kind, an energetic cord, and they feel it. They feel, they're really confused as to why they still feel really, really connected to you, and yet at the same time they don't feel, it's like they're pulling on the cord and they don't feel you in return, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. Okay, what does pile one's person want to say? You came closer than anyone. I replay our conversations over and over. The timing wasn't right for us. Let's get one more. And sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Okay. And finally, pile one, let's go ahead and get you an affirmation. What affirmations does pile one need to hear right now about this connection? Okay. I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. All right, pile one. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you today. If this reading resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, I do have a sale, a New Year's sale going on right now, so please go ahead and check that out in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box down below. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for giving me the chance to read for you today, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hi, Pile 2. So today's reading is a pick-a-card reading that is looking into how your person thinks you're feeling, how they think that you see them, as well as how this information or this theory within themselves makes them feel. So, Pile 2, I'm going to go ahead and save this for later. That represents how they think you see them. We have so far worry, stormy, and abundance. So, Pile 2, how does your person think that you're feeling right now? Your person is under the impression that you are incredibly stressed. This could be over finances with abundance here. However, for a lot of you, I feel like what this really, this finances would show up only if this is like a connection that's long-term and your finances are really interwoven together or connected in some kind of way, because this is a reflection of how they think you feel about them. So they could be thinking that you feel as though, it could even be how they think you see them, which in turn triggers how you feel, or kind of pushes or inspires you to feel a certain way. And you might be seeing them as somebody who isn't really financially stable, perhaps, or stable just in most areas of their lives. And this causes you to be concerned or be worried just about your own future with this person, if there is potential in this connection with this person. I think for a lot of you as well, this person is under the impression that you might be really feeling kind of like an emotional lack in this connection currently, in which perhaps you are kind of going through these feelings that you might have for this person on your own without support on their end. It could be kind of like a situationship, or a situation in which this person doesn't feel as though they have any responsibility for your feelings. And while there is truth to that, there's also a level of like humanness to us all, in which we are social creatures, and how we interact with others does affect our emotions and our moods and our thought patterns. And having empathy, I think, really helps us kind of like hold our hands through this experience of life. And perhaps this person is not. This person is not doing that right now. Perhaps this person is very withdrawn. And I'm saying withdrawn because in terms of how they think you see them, we have the crocodile, which is a very withdrawn creature, a creature that kind of lurks. So this person could be breadcrumbing you, lurks and waits for the right moments. This person, perhaps you even tried to like move on, and the moment in which you start moving forward, this person can kind of sense it and comes back. But there's an element here of like inaction on this person's part, that they are under the impression that you are viewing them as somebody who really isn't putting a whole lot of effort in and is kind of just watching you kind of unravel or have a difficult time without them coming forward to try to give you a hand. They're under the impression that you see them as someone selfish. Okay, let's see how this makes them feel. Okay, so this was just upside down, so I'm going to take it. We have the 5 of Cups. How does this make them feel? We have the 2 of Wands. I'm going to hold off for a second before I continue. Then we have the 2 of Swords. Okay. So I would say that this person feels, with the 5 of Cups here, this person feels, I would say, a little bit overwhelmed or a little bit guilty. There's an essence here of like knowing that the way they're behaving or their impression of the way that they're behaving is one that's kind of selfish, that's focusing more so on the negative than the positive. Perhaps this person is very avoidant and does not, and gets overwhelmed with deep feelings and does not want to show up when those deep feelings arrive. And they feel paralyzed with the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. This person does not want to move forward. How they think you see them is truly how they feel. They don't want to take a step forward. They feel truly like they don't know what to do. And it might not necessarily be in a selfish way. It could be just genuine overwhelm and kind of having a freeze response. But there is an element here with this 5 of Cups of not feeling very good about themselves over their behavior. Oh, and here we have another one. Let's see. We have Temperance. Yeah. They do have a desire, I would say. I would say that this person is like one of those people who is like good vibes only or like a fair weather friend. They don't really seem to be somebody who wants to stick around or do the emotional labor that it would take when the going gets rough. They seem to be somebody who, and it's showing up here, they seem to be somebody who when things get a little complicated or when conflict arises, they kind of clam up and don't know what to do and just are waiting for things to be kind of like swept under the rug. Okay. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So we have 2 2s here, and we also have 2 5s. So the 2s are representative to me of needing to make decisions, needing to plan. And then the 5s are representative of conflict. This person does not feel good. They don't feel good that you don't feel good. And they don't feel good about their behavior. They feel as though they're kind of shoving themselves out. They're leaving themselves out of this connection. By withdrawing, they're kind of abandoning themselves as well as you. How does this make them feel? So we have the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, we have the 3 of Pentacles. It's like, okay, So especially with this Two of Swords here and then the Three of Pentacles, this person is aware of what it would take to, this person knows what they need to do. So the Two of Wands is about planning. It's about thinking in the future. And what are they thinking of? What do they know that they need to do? They know that they need to show up in an emotional way. They cannot stay in this like withdrawn state. However, at the same time, there's this indecision here of knowing what needs to be done and choosing to kind of keep the covers over their eyes and pretend like everything's fine, or like not wanting to see what's actually happening. And kind of getting the feeling of like wanting to live under the umbrella of the idea that ignorance is bliss. And what they're being indecisive about, or not taking a step forward to, is working together. This person is giving me like abandonment vibes. Like they recognize that they've abandoned you in some way. Perhaps it's financial, perhaps it's emotional, perhaps it's maybe it's just completely they've ghosted you. They recognize that their behavior is immature and cruel, but that's about it. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Yep, fair weather friend. This person is kind of biding their time for when things can be good again. They're hoping that you. This is so selfish. And then we have the Hanged Man, inactive. This person is just kind of like tapping their fingers, waiting for brighter days. Not wanting to see that perhaps they should take an action to help this move along. Oh my gosh, I'm trying not to get upset because I don't know this person, but I know I love the people who watch my videos and I don't want you treated like this. Okay, let's see what they have to say. What does Pile 2's person have to say to Pile 2? What do you want to say to Pile 2? I look for you everywhere. You and I were too young. We both know I'm not the one for you. Okay. The timing just wasn't right for us, and sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Let's go ahead and get you an affirmation. What does Pile 2 need to remember right now? I can expand time when I'm inspired. All right, Pile 2, well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. Please don't ever, ever, ever forget, Pile 2, that you are so deserving and worthy of love and of somebody putting in the effort just as much as you would be willing to put in the effort for somebody that you cared about. And you deserve that. You are worthy of respect. And please don't ever let anyone make you feel differently than that. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for watching today. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, I have a sale going on right now for New Year's, so go ahead and check that out in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you again soon. Bye! Hello, Pile 3. So today's reading is a pick a card reading asking how is it that your person thinks you're feeling, how do they think you see them, and how does this theory within themselves make them feel? So this card on the top represents how they think you see them, and we're going to hold off on that until after the rest of the oracles. But for how they think you feel, we have relationships, nature spirits, change, and hunger. Okay, Pile 3. Your person is under the impression that you have a strong desire to move this connection forward. If you two are not in a committed connection currently, I would say that they are really feeling as though you desire that strongly. You desire more than what you have received, and you feel excited by the possibility of changes and growth coming to this connection. They feel as though you really, really desire them with hunger here. You desire them emotionally, you desire them physically. And with nature spirits here, I would say it goes even further on the physical level. With nature spirits here, I also feel like an element of wanting to bond through travel or through through nature of some kind, whether or not that's like sports or hiking, or there's just an element here of feeling really connected to this person on like a soul level, as well as feeling that connection with everything and wanting to be really connected to source energy when you're around this person. This person thinks that you are very, very attracted to them, very drawn to them, and have like butterflies when you see them. Everything here is indicative of them feeling as though you have nothing, obviously not nothing, because we're all human, so we all have a wide range of feelings, but at this current moment, nothing but positive things to say about this person and nothing but excitement for the future with this person. And then in terms of how they think you see them, we have the gazelle. And the gazelle is a very, very vulnerable creature. And this creature also represents beauty. And this is giving me the impression that they really feel as though you are attracted to them. That you're, and who wouldn't want that? Who doesn't want to be found attractive? But I think also with the gazelle, it's a very nervous energy. Gazelles, as they are so vulnerable and so gentle and kind of graceful, they also represent like kind of like prey at times. And they also think that, and I don't think that this will be for all of you, the biggest thing that I'm getting for all of you is that there's just like an intense attraction and vulnerability here, probably between the both of you, but they definitely feel as though they are showing up in a vulnerable way in which you are seeing. But for some of you, pile 3, I would say that they also are under the impression that you see them as somebody who is a little bit nervous, like wants to go deep, wants to really dive into this connection and show you who they are, but at the same time is very jumpy, is very like hyper aware, perhaps hyper aware of your own like behavioral changes, hyper aware of the fact that whatever they say could potentially cause you to not be attracted to them anymore. Like there's a lot of fear here as well that they think that you see. But pile 3, let's go ahead and get into how this makes them feel. Okay, how does this information, how do these thoughts make pile 3 feel? How does all of this make them feel? We have the Magician. They feel confident. And like I was saying, who wouldn't feel confident and inspired and excited knowing that somebody sees such good in you, such beauty in you? They feel very confident about what it is that they think you're feeling and seeing in them. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. I would say that these feelings are mutual. Granted, what they think you're feeling doesn't necessarily have to be what you're actually feeling. But with the 3 of Pentacles here, this is indicative of them feeling the same way in which they think you're feeling. They want to come together and work on things and allow things to grow. And it's not the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups would be, more so like lighthearted fun. This is, with the Pentacles here, this is something that they want to work on that's more long lasting. How does this make them feel? We have Justice. Knowing or being under the impression that you feel so strongly for them, that you see such amazing things in the future, it's giving them this strong urge to do right by you. This person wants to treat you right. This person wants to be good to you. Okay. We'll take the top one here, so the Ace of Pentacles. And we'll take this one, the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is obviously giving me the same energy as this 3 of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a desire to have to ground this, to make the changes in which they think that you're wanting, to allow this to grow. They want to do it. They want to do it as a team. They don't want to do this or foster this connection in a way that's only good for them or of benefit to them. They want to work with you. They truly want a partnership. With the 9 of Wands here, This to me is just further strengthening this magician, this level of confidence. Perhaps this person for a while was feeling like giving up just on love in general, or on friendship in general, giving up on their own self-worth, constantly reminding themselves that they're worthy of being loved and treated correctly, as the bare minimum. And now I think that they're really thankful that they didn't give up, that they didn't throw in the towel and say, I'm done. I don't want to connect with others anymore, because it's always a letdown. Okay. Oops. Goodness, it's a lot. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This to me is like a wake-up call. I feel like this person, like I was saying just a minute ago, how they were really considering about giving up on what it is that they wanted in life. Now I feel like they're waking up to their own self-limiting beliefs, and they're wanting to break out of the chains that they have placed in themselves, or the walls that they have put up around themselves, in order to actually move toward a brighter future with you. This person feels very inspired. Ooh, and then we have the Nine of Swords. This is the same energy as that gazelle. So for some of you, this is further confirmation that this person feels as though you are going to see them as really, really jumpy, or kind of like hurt in a way that hasn't been healed, or they're afraid you're going to see their darker sides or their more insecure sides, and it might tip the scales a little bit and give you a little bit more power. But really, what I'm getting from the Justice and then the Nine of Swords is that this person really is fearful of not doing right by you. They do not want to hurt you. This person cares for you. How does all of this make Pile 3's person feel? How do they feel? Whoops. Too many. So many fell out. Okay, we'll get these two. We have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So it goes back to the Three of Cups, like I was mentioning before, how there's the Three of Cups is like a much more lighthearted approach. So there is an element here of like definitely wanting to ground this connection and be there's a lot of like earthy energy here, especially with nature spirits. So the both of you could be earth signs, but there's, it goes beyond, they don't want to just like have a connection where it's just like really stable but can become boring. They definitely want to make sure that the both of you are still really enjoying life's beauty together. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. This person feels like just coming towards you. And in this image, we see someone dancing toward you, communicating with you, traveling to you, maybe traveling the world with you. There's just an element of like wanting to express to you that they would like to move this connection along. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. I know I messed up everything. I personally feel like this is their insecurity talking. And I could be wrong. Obviously, with channeled messages, you should take these especially in a general reading, but take these how they resonate for you. But to me, this is their insecurity talking, like their fear of being seen in all of themselves rather than just the sides of themselves that they wish to portray to the world. That's causing them to feel as though perhaps they've taken it too far. They've allowed you to see aspects of themselves that make them feel silly or embarrassed. I replay our conversations over and over. What do you want to say to Pile 3? I couldn't let you get close to me. Again, I think that's them admitting their insecurities. I look for you everywhere and you came closer than anyone. And I think that for a lot of you, I don't really see anything here indicating like a separation of any kind. This doesn't really seem to be a no contact situation. It seems like this connection is growing. So I think that this isn't really past tense, like you came closer than anyone. I think it's you've come closer than anyone. But take these how they resonate, and please don't interpret them, as verbatim, as just solid truth. Okay, and then lastly, pile 3. Let's get you an affirmation. What does pile 3 need to remember right now about this connection? What do they need to hear? What do they need to hear? I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. All right, pile 3. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, I am having a New Year's sale going on right now, so please feel free to check that out in my Etsy shop. The link is in my description box. Thank you so much for watching pile 3, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 4. So today's reading is a pick a card reading asking how it is that they think you're feeling, how it is that they think you see them, as well as how this theory or information that they have come up with is making them currently feel. So this first card represents how they think you see them, and we'll save that for a little while. They currently think that you are feeling perseverance, transformation, and rest. So, pile 4, I would say that if you have gone through some sort of like argument or rough patch with this person, they really are under the impression that you're not giving up on this. Or if you're going through your own difficult times in your own life personally, they see you as somebody who is refusing to give up, who is using this time that might be really challenging as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to transform with, obviously with transformation here. They don't see you. I think whatever's going on, whether or not that's a challenge within this connection or a challenge just within your personal life that could potentially be affecting this connection, they don't see this as something that is putting like a full-blown stop to this connection. They see this as something in which you are really taking the time out for yourself to care for yourself, which in turn is nurturing this connection. They're really under the impression that you are going through some like really powerful changes and really growing at a rapid rate currently. And then pile 4, we have the eagle for how they think you see them. So I think that they feel like you see them kind of in the same way that they are seeing you. I would say that they're seeing you as somebody who is really, really strong, like incredibly strong, and is really wanting the best for yourself as well as for the best for those who are in your life. Somebody who really is in touch with their highest self and tries as much as possible to follow suit in that regard. And they think that you're seeing them kind of in the same way. They're really under the impression that you see them as somebody who is willing to work on this connection as well, whether that means giving this connection space, being more emotionally available, whatever it is. This person thinks that you feel as though they are here for it. They are here to help this connection thrive, as well as for themselves to grow and be the best version of themselves as well. So with this information that they have come up with on their own, and keep in mind that none of this has to actually be what it is that you're actually feeling, but this is what they're thinking that you're feeling. Okay, so how do they feel about this? How does this make them feel? Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Whatever I think has transpired between the two of you, or whatever is going on within your own life that is causing you to have to take a break or a pause to regroup and grow and nurture yourself, it does feel heavy for this person. I think that this person really is trying to look at this connection in a really positive way, in which they recognize that not everything is about them, but at the same time, it is something that kind of weighs heavy on them. And it could just be knowing that whatever's gone on between the two of you really could have like created a fracture of some kind. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. This to me is indicative of them having a strong desire to be with you, to help build you up, help you, and help themselves remember both of your worth or your resiliency, your strengths. There's an element here of like trusting that there's still a lot of abundance in this connection. And then we have the Ten of Cups. This person, if they've told you that they love you, they mean it. They're just really worried that like there are other things going on that are kind of like blurring the priority of this connection. I think with you, I think they're a little bit concerned that they're being forgotten. But they want to do what's best for you. Okay, and then we have the Two of Pentacles underneath the Ten of Wands. This is indicative of them realizing that, like, yes, they might feel a little burdened by this. They might feel as though this is like something that makes them really nervous, but they're trying to keep a healthy perspective. They really are. In which they don't make it all about them. They don't want you to think that they are making everything about them. And then we have the Eight of Cups. They I would say that they miss you. I would say that this person misses something that has like kind of like faded a little bit. If you guys are in contact right now, I would say that they miss the strength of the connection in the past. And they kind of want to go back to that. They're worried. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. This, like I was saying, like this person has a strong desire to help both of you remember your worth, your abundance, your power. And this person really, really, really wants to give to you. They really have a desire to give to you, even if there's like some sort of fracture or division going on right now, as I see in this image here with this wound in this woman's back or this person's back. That doesn't mean that they're incapable of giving to you. I think that what this is indicative of is like whatever has gone on has like hurt them as well, but they too are wanting to persevere. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Lovers. Yes, this person loves you. This person loves you, desires union with you, or desires to continue to be in union with you. What do they want to say to pile 4? I wish I could take back my words. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah, there's like an element here of like, if you love something, set it free. Like they're and I don't necessarily know if this is like literally like they ended things with you, but perhaps they're like trying to give you space right now. I replay our conversations over and over, and one more, please. I bury myself in work to forget you. Okay, pile 4, let's go ahead. Oh, here we go. I send a prayer of love to all beings in need of a miracle. All right, pile 4. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section. if you'd like to book a private reading with me, I do have a New Year's sale going on in my Etsy shop right now, so go ahead and check that out. The link is in the description box. Thank you so much for watching Pile 4, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, Pile 5. So today's pick a card reading is asking how is it that they think you're currently feeling, as well as how do they think you see them, and how does this information or this theory that they've come up within themselves make them feel. So this card here represents how they think you see them, and for the cards representing how they think you currently feel about them, we have Abundance, Healer, and Illumination. So Pile 5, I would say that this person thinks that you currently are feeling really drawn to this person, or you're very curious about this person. I think that they feel as though you feel a lot of potential in this connection. You feel as though this could go really far. You feel very comfortable around this person, really happy when you're near them. There's a lot of joy here. I feel a lot of joy when looking at these cards. And I think that your person feels like you feel safe in their presence. But really the biggest thing I'm getting is that there's like a lot of potential here. So this could be a newer connection or perhaps a crush of some kind. But they do feel as though you have some feelings for them. Some warm fuzzies, some warm fuzzy feelings for them. In terms of how they think you see them, we have the butterfly. So the butterfly, of course, obviously is indicative of transformations. So if you've known this person for a very long time and you know who they are and who they're becoming, I think that this is representing that they feel as though you see them for who they're becoming. You see them for the beautiful growth that they are creating for themselves, the positive changes that they are making in their life. They feel like you see them as somebody that you're proud of. If this is more so like a newer connection where perhaps you don't know one another very well, they think that you see them as somebody who has a lot of potential to bring you joy, to change your life, to change your perspectives. There's just like a fresh start here of something really positive and beautiful that they think that you see possibly with them. It's all very lighthearted, fun, joyful, warm, happy. Those are the feelings I'm getting from all of the cards that I'm seeing here. Let's go ahead and look into how it is that this makes them feel. Okay, how does this make them feel? How does this make Pile 5's person feel? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands, King of Swords, Temperance. Let's get one more. How does this make them feel? And the World. Okay. So, Pile 5, I would say that part of this makes them feel like perhaps they're happy that they had not given up on searching, or perhaps they were just about to give up on searching for love or searching for a connection, and they feel kind of like lucky, like they just kind of stumbled upon this. With the King of Swords here, there's this desire to get to the truth, to get down to the bottom of this connection. So if you two have not spoken about how it is that you're feeling, this is indicative of cutting to the truth, really leaving no stone unturned. With Temperance here in the Wheel of Fortune, I would say that this person feels really excited, really lucky, but is also really desiring to take things slow, take things slowly. They don't want to rush this because I feel like they have like a pretty good feeling that this connection could go someplace really positive, and there's no need to rush that. They want things to unfold organically, naturally. How does this make them feel? Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands. There's like, the Ace of Wands is a card of inspiration. It's also, I would say, a very sexual card. It seems like this person is really holding themselves back right now. They want to make sure that the moves that they make are the right ones to make. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Again, they want to express how they're feeling. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a newer connection, or perhaps a connection that is just now being rekindled. And they really want to express to you their intentions, their feelings, but they don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I think like there's an element here of like feeling a little bit nervous, especially because the butterfly is, it represents rebirth. So when I think of anything that's just been born, when you think of a baby, that's a baby. They're just kind of like, they're experiencing everything for the first time. And it feels like this person kind of might feel that way as well, like maybe inexperienced. They just don't want to, they don't want to mess this up. And because there's inexperience here that I'm sensing with this butterfly, I also feel like there's an element of like not really trusting themselves all the way, in the sense of like, this is how they think you feel, but even they are like kind of questioning it. They're not really sure. Maybe this is even just how they hope you feel. But I think that there's like an element of truth to it. Okay, let's keep going. And then we have the Magician. Yes, this person is like really playing their cards right. The Magician has everything they need in order to get what it is that they want. And with Temperance being right above it, this is indicative of somebody who has a really strong desire to get what it is that they want, which is you, but they're going to do it perfectly. They're really, really, really focusing on, this person just seems like somebody who wants to be healthy, or who is healthy perhaps, who doesn't really have like codependency issues or concerns. And maybe they have in the past, but this is something that they've overcome, and they don't necessarily see the need to rush into things or to love bomb a person to keep them around. They really just want to do things right. They want to do things in a healthy way. Okay, and then we have the Six of Wands reversed. And on the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So first and foremost, with the bottom of the deck being the Page of Swords, the biggest thing that this person is feeling based on how they think you're feeling and how they see you is curiosity for you. This person is really drawn to you, really wants to know more about you, really wants to get to know you, feels inspired by you, wants to see where this connection can head. There's just a lot of inspiration here and excitement. With the Six of Wands reversed, it's like they're throwing their ego to the side. They feel very strongly that this connection, there's a purpose for this. There's like fate. This is a fated connection, or there's destiny here. And because of this, their ego does not need to be in the way of this fucking things up. They don't want that to happen. They don't want to have pride get in the way. They really have this desire to just see what happens. And they really do believe that what it is that they're feeling is fated. And because of that, they don't need to control. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. What do you want to say to pile 5? I wonder if you're happy without me. And I don't take these like literally, like how, I wonder if you're happy without me. I wonder if you would be more happy with me. I wonder if you also feel drawn to me the way I think you feel drawn to me. I wonder if you also see the potential for happiness with me. I wish I could take back my words. I bury myself in work to forget you. Perhaps this is a work connection of some kind, which is why it's like it seems fresh, or it's like it doesn't feel like this connection has really grounded itself. This feels more so like a crush to me. Let's keep going. And I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, and lastly, pile 5, let's go ahead and get one of these. So we have my genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. All right, pile 5, well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. I currently have a sale going on for New Year's, so go ahead and check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching pile 5, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye!